If you're living the RV life, especially full-time, taking your rig in for warranty work or any type of work could be one of the worst parts of ownership.
Your rig spends more time at the dealership waiting for parts and to hear from other departments than it does on the campsite.
The warranty trap is real. If you treat it like a normal oil change on a car, you might not see your rig for months.
So today, we're gonna help you navigate the system. We're gonna help you figure out how to keep those keys in your pocket and off of the service desk.
Bam! So we aren't just being dramatic. We've actually taken our fifth wheel in 2 times, and right now it's in there for the 2nd time. First time that we took it in, we had no idea about anything. We called a dealership, brought it in. They gave us a vague idea of what was going on. We had no idea that we were waiting for so long, and we had to kind of be proactive to figure out what was happening. And it felt like what we were dealing with was just small little items, you know, a broken hinge, a leak here or something like that. And we decided that going in and having it done under warranty would be a great idea. Because you're paying for your rig, you just bought it. So you really kind of want, your money's worth out of what you get. We're living full-time then as well, so it was hard for us to let go of the RV and have to find another place to stay or live. For all you new owners out there, whenever you get your rig, we highly suggest that you go and live in it for 3 months. Or just take it out as much as you can. Even if you park it in the driveway, sleep in it for a week straight. Use everything. Use the microwave, use the fridge, use the cupboards, use the drawers, and find out what could possibly become a problem or what is a problem already.
Dropping your rig off is not the same as a car. You will not get a loaner to replace your motorhome or rig. It's just gone. You just got nothing. You're just homeless.
When you're thinking about getting your RV in there, start scheduling it months in advance if you can. The farther out you can start making the appointments, the better off you are.
For instance, you can come and drop your rig off and they'll be happy to hold it for you, but they might not actually have a technician look at it for a couple weeks. So when you call ahead, call and ask them when a technician will actually be able to look at your rig to get that documentation.
I believe they call that a triage appointment, where they basically just kind of run in and figure out what's wrong. And it's a quick little appointment so you can get it back home. Like I said, it takes a couple weeks usually, so you could probably take it out on a short trip if you needed to or wanted to, one more time before you put it into the dealership to get everything fixed. Before you go into your appointment to start talking to the service advisor, make sure you make a list and document everything that's going wrong with your RV. Document the electricity, document plumbing. Don't be afraid to grab a cell phone and record it if it's got a weird sound, or document it if it's, a hit and miss item that sometimes doesn't do it another time. Because things like that, you're going to be able to present to the service advisor, and they're then going to be able to see it rather than turn around and put on your document that it didn't do it while it was in there. And they're not going to waste their time trying to get one click to happen or one squeal to happen.
Take photos and be very specific. If something is leaking, say exactly where it is leaking, take photos of it, and try to name the thing as well as and maybe look up what the hell that little angle thing is under the sink.
It's called a P-trap.
It's called a P-trap.
Once you finally get it into your appointment, there's going to be a time frame where they need to document all of these problems that you're having. They're then going to send that to warranty. So when you do that, it's probably going to take roughly about a week for them to even get everything documented and out to the manufacturer for warranty.
When you're dealing with the staff of the dealership, they're on your side. They get paid by the warranty department and the manufacturer to do the work. So do as much as you can to be clear and communicate everything to help them out so that they can get paid to do their job. They're on your team.
They're your friends. They're
Yeah.
the middleman, which is really kind of the rough job of it all. Once a service advisor hears back from warranty, they're going to then get in contact with you and let you know what has passed and what hasn't passed. Even if something hasn't passed, it doesn't mean that that's necessarily the way that it's going to be. Sometimes the manufacturer is going to get a photo from the dealership and it's not really going to show the problem well enough for the dealership to want to cover it under warranty. If you have your own documentation as well, don't be afraid to ask the service advisor that you want to contact the manufacturer and go over these with their department, which we've done before. And that actually helped us get something passed when we had documentation that was better than what the service department could show with their phones or documentation. That sucked that time.
Basically, we had video evidence of something where the dealership just had a written description. So the video actually showing that the damage was more extensive overruled the vague paper trail that they had, which then got that thing covered under warranty.
Yeah.
So how warranty work usually goes for people that use their rig just for vacations and weekend camping trips is that they will actually drop it off and leave it there from start to finish. However, you do not have to do that. What you can do is you can call them and see when a service tech will actually be able to assess things. Wait until then, drop it off, have them assess it. When they're done assessing it, which you might need to be proactive in asking them to figure out when that's done, you can actually pick your rig up again while parts are being ordered and they are being shipped that take weeks. It can take weeks for parts to come because they may need to be made or stickers put on or I don't know what, but parts take for frickin' ever. And during that time, your rig does not need to sit there for no reason. You can actually ask to have your rig back and hold on to it. And when all the parts arrive for all of the work, then you can drop off your rig and hopefully it's just there for a couple days or a week or two. Yeah. And if they're a smaller dealership, it might actually help them out by not having your rig in their way all the time. So they'll be more than happy to work around with you for that. And also let them know if you do live in your rig full time and if you have trips coming up. They usually ask, but you know, not always.
When you finally drop your RV off for your appointment, ask for them to stay in contact with you. If you call them or they call you and they're being really vague, don't be afraid to question things. Find out what's been approved from warranty. Find out what work has been done. They'll usually tell you that all the work is going to be done all at once after everything is passed for warranty. So it is kind of painful at times that you're just sitting there waiting for something to pass. Be proactive, make the phone calls. We had a situation to where we weren't really getting the answers that we wanted. So I just went down there and I was lucky enough that it was close enough and it would only take a short amount of time to figure out what's going on because I wasn't getting the answers that I wanted from the service department. Because of that, they escalated things a little bit farther into management and then took me on a tour of our RV as it was being worked on. And I got to see everything that was done, everything that wasn't done.
Half done.
Half done. And I'll be real honest with you, there was work in there that I told them was absolutely unacceptable. The advantage of going in early like I did prevented us from going in on the date that they said it was ready and picking it up, realizing that this stuff was unacceptable work. So as soon as I had that conversation with them, they understood what I was expecting and made it very clear for them to be in contact. And if work like this is going to be done, it's not going to be okay, and things are going to escalate quickly from there.
Yeah, and going down to the dealership to catch up on things allows you to talk to people that you jive with a little bit more.
Yeah.
So some people, they may be very amazing car salesmen, but you don't really feel like you're getting the truth. But, you talk to a service technician and they're just a mechanic, they'll kind of give you it a little bit more straight, and or just someone that you kind of feel more transparency with. So just because you have one person you're talking to that's helping you, you're not stuck with that person. You can find someone else.
Yeah. Don't be afraid to be transferred if you don't feel it's good.
When you do the warranty process, typically you're only talking to the service rep at the dealership or a mechanic shop, wherever you choose to drop it off at. And you're using them as a middleman to talk to your manufacturer. However, if you want someone else to talk to from a different perspective, you are more than welcome to talk to your manufacturer, because on their end, they see the other side. They see the date that the tickets basically were entered for the warranty work to be approved, and they approve it, and they can give you the flat line. Definitely things have been approved. This is approved. This wasn't. So you're not just dealing with one person. You can reach out and talk to them at any point in time. And in both of our cases, we had to do that.
Yes, we did.
And if something didn't get approved, you are more than welcome to call them and figure out why and help grease those wheels to figure out what they need to get that to be approved.
Yeah.
Because you're talking to the service guy. The service guy tells the mechanic or the techs, and then the techs take pictures and then they email them to the warranty department. So it's like, it's going through 5 different people, and you could just streamline it, talk to the person direct.
Yes. It's a runaround.
It's a runaround.
Then comes the pickup of your RV or fifth wheel. Whenever you go down there, give it your own thorough inspection. Don't be afraid to create some waves if you need to. If you didn't get the chance in the middle of all of the work to go have a look, this is the time to speak up. If it's something little, pick at it. If it comes apart, then you know how well it was put together and send it back, right? The unfortunate part when you do something like this is it's now just going to take even longer, which when you're full time, it's really hard to swallow. So if you kind of stay towards that mid checkup, it'll definitely make your life a bit easier and you won't get so sad like we are.
Yeah, and when you're checking those things out, like if it's a drawer pull or something, like work it a couple, like be a little aggressive with those things to make sure that they're not going to fall apart, which is something that happened to us. But yeah, look at it, manhandle it, treat it like you do. Even though they're there looking at you, like it's your home, it's your thing. Put your hands on it and get in there.
It's your money, it's your time. Something to really think about before you even take your RV down to a dealership to go have it worked. It's cost versus time. If you need an RV and it's going to take $20 to fix your RV, you got to think about if you've got trips coming up, if you live in it full time, it might just be better off that you buy the $20 part.
Because sometimes a fix really means a patchwork.
And just kind of chalk it up to that. I'm one that has a really hard time doing that, but there are times where it's just, I'll fix it and, cost us $30 or something, but there was no hassle. There was no 1 month wait. There was no warranty, blah, blah, blah. It made life easier. In the description below, I'm going to leave a checklist of everything that's kind of a good basic start to be able to answer and fill out before you bring your RV to a dealership or to have it worked on. That way you can really just remember everything that needs to be done. What's, going on, and it'll be easy to just kind of pass off to the dealership and the service rep to let them know what's happening as well. So. And
I'll also put that on Patreon for you guys, so it's easier to find.
So, well, Our RV is still in the warranty process right now for the second time. So hopefully we get it back soon and are back on the road to show you life on the road.
Yeah, it's been in there for 12 weeks.
Yeah, I don't know what to do with that. So, all right, guys.
Send help.
We'll talk to you soon.